Not everybody has the time to sit at home and be a Destiny gremlin like myself. Some of you can only play a few hours a day, only on weekends, or just at random spurts whenever you find the time. Today's video is pointed at you guys specifically, or those of you guys that just don't like raiding all that often due to LFG, but would still like the rewards. Today we're going to be going over a method to get the first Vault of Glass chest 100% solo on all classes, and if you have one of each class, you'll be able to loot this thing 3 times per week, once on each class. Now, the main loot that this chest is going to give is raid mods as well as spoils of Conquest. Due to it dropping spoils every time you open it with enough consistency, you can grab this chest each week on all 3 characters and in time be able to afford the likes of Anarchy in the exotic kiosk at the tower without ever actually raiding whatsoever. Now, if you've done Vault of Glass before, or at least gotten some loot from an encounter, you'll be able to get whatever is in your loot pool between armor and weapons, and alongside the mods and spoils. So for example, if you've gotten a Fatebringer before, you can open this chest 3 times per week at your chance at a God rolled one without ever actually stepping foot into the raid for the week. Now with all that said, let's go ahead and go over how to farm this chest each and every week, and I'll show you guys gameplay of all the classes, including gameplay of a new light account to prove that literally anybody can do this, regardless of what level or what gear you may have. Alright, so that was definitely quite the intro, but I wanted to get all the information out of the way just in case there's like some really new people that are watching this video. First things first, we're going to go over how to get this chest on Hunters. So of course the first thing you're going to want to do is go to Legends, load into the Vault of Glass, and you're going to be right here. The way to make this basically the easiest way possible is that you want to go ahead and equip something like Stompies to give you, kind of better jump height, a little bit more maneuverability. You want to have a sword, and you also want to make sure that you have triple jump on. Now you don't need Stompies. I would say you need triple jump and you need a sword, but you don't necessarily need Stompies. I do this later on a new light account, proving that you don't need them, but it definitely does make it easier. Now in order to get this first chest, we're gonna have to do a little bit of glitching through the map, and the way that we're gonna do this is actually in this corner right here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get on side of our Sparrow, and we're gonna kind of park it back into this corner. And what we're going to do, we're going to get as close to this rock as we can to our left, and we're going to press the space bar or the jump button, whatever gets you off of your Sparrow. And after you press the jump button, after you press the button to get you off of your Sparrow, you're going to dodge to the left, something like that. So you'll notice that I start the animation for getting off of my Sparrow, and as I start that animation, I also dodge to the left. So you want to jump off your Sparrow and dodge right after you hit the jump button, and this should, with enough consistency, you might not get it the first try, but it should glitch you through the bottom of the map if done correctly, and we just did it first try right there. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna come right to this point right here, you're gonna jump around this corner to get right here, and then we're gonna jump all the way to this little underground kind of column, I guess. After we do this, we're gonna jump up here, and we're gonna be able to grab onto this little ledge, then jump over to this platform, and then above us. Now once we're over here, we can go ahead and jump onto this rock, and there's 2 different ways to do this. You can either jump on top of that and kind of jump around the corner, or you can do it from right here. Just make sure that you jump and then swing, and then time your jumps correctly to get all the way over here. And you can also swing a few times to kind of get your bearing straight and get on top of this middle portion. Now once you're over here, you kind of want to jump over to this side and get on top of this kind of flooring right here. Jump up on top of this. You'll see the Vex are taking control of sync plates, but that, doesn't matter. You can't really fail this encounter, so you can let all the ads do whatever. Then you're going to want to jump all the way over here to this little ledge. And then once you're here, you're going to jump over to this direction. And this is going to load in the Trial of Kabir. And once we're loaded into this area, we're going to want to kill ourselves without touching the ground whatsoever so that we can actually spawn inside of this area. So let's go ahead and give it a try. And we're actually going to get loaded immediately into this area. This doesn't happen all the time. This wasn't an editing trick that actually just happened. This is a live commentary. I'll go ahead and show you guys gameplay of what it looks like when that doesn't happen. I'd say it's about a 33% chance that that happens to me, but I'm showing you guys some gameplay right now of what it looks like whenever it doesn't trigger you into this area immediately, and you're just going to kind of fall down into an endless abyss or whatever. And once you do that, you'll spawn in this exact same spot. Now, you can can't go all the way back and get the first chest right at the entrance. I'll go and show you guys, but if you try, there's going to be an invisible wall there, and it's not going to let you open that first ever chest, but I figured I'd go and show you guys for those of you guys that are curious. This is the chest right here that you first get whenever you open the vault, and this is inaccessible. There is a wall right here, meaning that you cannot open it. So let's go ahead and go back to where we first spawned, and I'll show you guys how to get to the first chest. Okay, so we're back inside the Trial of Kabir, so we're just going to keep on walking forward until we get to this area. Now, for those of you guys that know Vault of Glass, you're going to know exactly where I'm going, but I'm just going to go and show the route for any of the newbies. You're going to want to drop down over this ledge and then go into this little secret pocket. And then once you're here, you're just going to kind of follow the area or follow the path just how it is normally. And eventually, you're going to be led to a chest that you can open. And this is going to be the chest that you're going to be opening 3 times a week to get your spoils of Conquest, to get any loot that you already have in the loot pool, etc. And this is the perfect way for those of you guys to kind of get a bunch of spoils and you know, kind of get yourself anarchy. Honestly, you can see right here that I didn't get any loot. That's because I've already ran all my raids, you know, on my character this week. But if you haven't opened this chest yet, you will get spoils and you will get loot as well. So that is the Hunter. We're going to go ahead and swap on over to the Warlock because I think the Warlock is the hardest. And I'll go ahead and show you guys the exact same path on Warlock just to prove that it's possible. Okay, so here we are on Warlock. To go ahead and give you guys a breakdown of what I'm using transversive steps. I don't exactly believe that these are 100% needed, but I just use these because they give you a little bit of sprint speed. I also have a sword on. You always 100% want to have a sword. And as far as the subclass is concerned, I am top tree Dawnblade, and I also have burst glide equipped. So we're going to go ahead and do exactly what we did earlier. We're going to go ahead and pull out our sword as well. We're going to go exactly to the exact same spot that we were earlier with that little rock, and I'm going to do the exact same method that I showed you guys earlier, where you're going to want to jump first. You're going to want to jump off your sparrow, dismount it, and then dash to the left. So we'll see if we can get this on the first try. And we did. So you want to go ahead and use your burst glide, you want to use your swipes or whatever, and you want to get over to this point before you drop too far down. Of course, if you do die, you'll spawn back up there and you can give it another try. But like I said, Warlocks are definitely the hardest, so you do need to be a little bit careful. But you're going to want to use your sword swipes, your Icarus dashes and everything to get around this area. Go ahead and see if we can get this first try. So I just bumped my head, so I'm going to go ahead and go back to kind of regain my momentum there. Make sure we don't bump our heads this time. Icarus dash to this corner. There we go. We can jump away and then swipe to this. And just like we did with the Hunter, it's pretty much the exact same. I'm not going to show myself going all the way to the chest just to save you guys some time. But I am going to get to the Trial of Kabir area, you know, just to show you that Warlock can. So here we are. We're pretty much done with the hardest portion. We're going to do exactly what we did with the Hunter. We're going to jump off to the side and come over here. Actually hitting a bit of an invis barrier there, so make sure you don't go too high. We're going to get right here, and we're going to go to the exact same spot. Hopefully, we don't, you know, automatically get teleported into the encounter, so I can show you guys, you know, in live commentary how it normally goes. There we go. So we just loaded into the Trial of Kabir, so we're going to want to dash over here. We're kind of hitting a bit of a wall. There we go. Okay, we kind of touched that rock there, but I'm pretty sure we're not going to spawn. It was a little bit of a weird interaction with the walls that was kind of keeping me from getting to the abyss. But as you see, I only kind of doinked off of it, so my ghost isn't going to spawn there. And as you see, I did spawn inside of the Trial of Kabir area. Go forward, and then we can take the exact same path to get to the chest and get some extra loot. Now let's go ahead and show you guys on the Titan. Alright, so here we are on the Titan. For the Titan, what I run is just, it doesn't really matter what subclass, as long as you have Catapult Lift. That's the one that I like to use. Also, you want to make sure that you have a sword. And for the exotic, you're going to want to get something like Lion Rampant, and this is going to give you more maneuverability in the air, and that's something that you definitely want to make sure that you can, you know, traverse this area properly. So again, we're going to go back to this little rock area. We're going to do the exploit where we glitch through the ground, jumping off the sparrow and dashing to the left at the same time in this corner. We'll see if we can get it the first try. We're kind of already 2 for 2, so see if we can get 3 for 3 here. Unfortunately, we did not get it, so we don't have a perfect track record any longer, but go and kind of do it again. There we go. That's just to kind of prove to you guys, you know, you're not going to get it on the first try every time. It will take a little bit of practice and timing, but it is very possible to do consistently if you try long enough. But we're going to go ahead and go the exact same normal route that we've been doing. Get back into this corner. Go back around this corner. There we go. So now we're back on the rock again, and just like with the other classes, as soon as we, you know, kind of cross this little chasm right here, we're pretty much home free and guaranteed to get what we need to. So there we go. We're back on this little structure. We're gonna go around this corner, jump up to this little column right here, make our way over to this little ledge using lion rampants, and then make our way to the Trial of Kabir. And just like what happened on the Hunter, we actually immediately got teleported right into the encounter. There we go. And just like with all the other classes, we can go ahead and go and grab the chest. Now, for the sake of the end of this video, just to prove to you guys that you don't need fancy exotics and that you don't need, you know, a stacked account, or you don't even need to be 1300, which is what the raid suggests, I'm actually going to show you guys some new light gameplay of my second account on my Hunter, which I actually made in Season of Arrivals and haven't touched since then. So my Hunter is 1100 light, it has a sword, and it doesn't even have any exotics to its name aside from Witherhoard. And as you guys can see, I'm actually going to be able to do this method completely no problem on my Hunter, and this should be the same for the Warlock, especially for Icarus Dash. For Titans, I'm not entirely 100% sure, but I'm almost positive you don't need Lion Rampants 100% to go ahead and do these jumps, but I do definitely suggest things like Lion Rampants and you know, Stompies and whatnot to make it easier for those of you guys that aren't as good at jumping. But I just wanted to show this gameplay to prove that no matter what class you're doing, no matter, you know, how stacked your account is, or, you know, whatever, you can get this chest 3 times a week, 100% solo, get your spoils of conquest, get your loot and everything, absolutely no problem. But guys, that is it for the video. Definitely something a little bit different, but I figured this can help at least, you know, one person out there. I might as well go ahead and post it because I know that not everybody likes raiding, although I highly suggest you get your ass into some raids because they're definitely some of the most important content, in my opinion, in Destiny. Some of the most fun that I've ever had, and it's the reason I like Destiny so much. But I do kind of understand that not everybody likes raiding, so I figured I'd go ahead and make this video. But guys, I hope you guys did enjoy this video, found some use out of it, hopefully it was helpful to you. And yeah, today was actually a bit of a live commentary as well, not scripted or anything, so my words are all over the place, so apologies for that. But as long as the video was useful, as long as you found it good and informative, then I am happy. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you guys next time.